The 2026 Toyota Sienna is in many ways the best minivan. So why don't you want it?
But first, here's how much the Sienna costs.
Setting the stage, there are a few light updates for 2026, mostly taking previously optional features and making them standard. The LE trim, which is the base trim, now gets a standard moonroof, side window shades, a power rear hatch, and an 8-speaker audio system, which is better than the old version. Speaking of audio, the upgraded JBL audio system now comes standard on the XSE trim, and heavy metal paint is now available on all Sienna trims with the exception of the Woodland trim, which is the version we're driving here. Let's talk about the interior.
It's a pretty sleek and simple design, a mix of scratchy plastic and softer materials. The stitching looks nice, but what really stands out is whatever this is. It's glittery. It kind of looks like futuristic wood.
It's kind of like grippy.
It's gripping all these fingerprints, dust, and scratches.
This has been in the press fleet for about 3,600 miles, and we got quite a few scratches here in the center section. And it also sounds pretty plastically. When you open up the center console, it's like bing, bing. It kind of sounds like a resonant snare drum, and like you'd want an audio engineer to sort that out. All that said, it is a very practical space.
I love how much storage there is in here, and love sounds like an exaggeration, but it's not. Does that make you feel less loved?
I mean, I want to say no, but now I feel a little competitive with the Sienna. I got 2 cup holders.
Where's your front storage nook?
Oh, geez. Getting us swiftly back on target, we got 18 cup holders throughout. Many of them are pretty small, though we do have some full-size ones up here. And in the doors, we have a multi-tiered storage situation. There's a couple of places where you can put bottles.
We also have a very generous under console area. You can easily fit a purse, a generous dash nook adjacent to a wireless phone charger, and the center console, although it sounds plasticky, it's huge.
And I even have a little nook over by my left knee here on the driver's side.
If you're looking for charge ports, you can find them in the console and adjacent to the wireless phone charger.
The Sienna can carry 8 people in the LE and XLE trims. Move above that and it's all going to be 7-passenger with second row captain's chairs. As far as the seats themselves, this is classic Toyota. No pressure points here. And actually, I do find enough lateral support in the shoulder region for keeping us in place on our winding mountain roads.
I find the seats comfortable, adjustable. Love them.
I'm like really starting to take offense. No. I love everything in this car that is not 5'10" with a long torso and poofy hair. On that note, seated behind my ideal front seat position, plenty of room in the second row. We got a slide and recline feature. In the third row behind my ideal second row position, my legs are in a comfortable position. My head clears easily, even in that middle position. 3 rows of adult-worthy seats. Oh, and that third row, the recline is ludicrous. One challenge though, actually using it is pretty awkward. Climbing aboard the Sienna is interesting. We've got these power sliding side doors, which come standard. And then in ours, there's an optional kick function. And I like how they indicate where you should kick. So if you have an arm full of baby or firewood, you can just kick that little sensor spot and it'll slide right open. Kiddo, what's it like to climb aboard as a kid?
The easy part is climbing aboard. The hard part is moving the seat out of the way.
It makes me think the Sienna would really benefit from the one-touch releases that we find in a lot of, let's say, 3-row mid-size SUVs. You do have another option for getting to the third row. How is it climbing between the second row seats?
It's actually a pretty wide area.
And then when you get to the third row, how do you find third row comfort?
The seats are comfortable, and I think 3 kids could also fit comfortably.
Fun tidbit, one of the earliest reviews we ever did as a family was a Sienna, and you were just a little kid, and for the little handhold when getting in the second row, you had to use the bottom and you could barely reach it.
It's a really big handle.
Yeah, I love how tall they make it so people of all different heights have a way to grip when they're climbing aboard.
And it helps if you're just lazy.
Oh, good. Oh, and if you're wondering, there are rear vents in the second and third rows up there in the headliner. Moving to cargo space, the Sienna excels there as well. Behind that standard power liftgate, there's 33.5 cubic feet of space. And dropping those third row seats is so simple. There's just a little lever and then kind of one easy motion. They plop right down. If you want to pull them back up, use that same lever, lift them up, and then a secondary motion to put the seat backs in their normal raised position. The second row seats cannot be removed. They can be slid forward, kind of like nudging up against the back of the front row seats. Those second row seats, though unremovable, really slide to a great degree. If you're in the second row and there's nobody behind you, you can slide the things way the heck back and have like nearly unlimited legroom.
On the other hand, if there is someone back there, they're screwed.
Well observed, child, well observed. Before we leave the cargo area, this is the Woodland trim, which is kind of the most rugged version of Sienna. And I noticed that we've got a cargo mat back there with raised sides and like kind of a wilderness theme happening. If you'd like similar protection for your vehicle, consider 3W floor mats. We've had them in our Bronco for a little while now. They are fantastic. Even Evie likes them. Is that true?
It's true. They're awesome.
Floor mats have gotten way too expensive, but not 3W. They merge stellar quality with exceptional value. Especially right now in June of 2026, 3W's Amazon promotional event means the biggest discounts possible on 3W floor mats. And 3W floor mats are legitimately excellent. This one's doing a really good job tolerating me. They're made of TPE, an odorless material that's much more durable than our Bronco's original mats. Yeah, that's what they actually look like. For an easy drop-in install and a secure protective fit, 3W floor mats are designed using 3D vehicle body scans. And they have a raised edge to keep filth on the mat until you're ready to wash it off. Our Bronco's 3W floor mats also have this cool double layer design with comfy carpets that easily pop off for when we want to go off-road. 3W floor mats are durable, well-designed, and affordable, especially right now. 3W Autolife's Prime Day floor mat sale runs from June 23rd through June 26th, giving you some of the biggest discounts of the year on custom-fit floor mats. So check the links in the descriptions for stellar floor mats and amazing deals. I really do like our floor mats. Sweetie, what's the car seat situation?
We have top tethers on all 5 rear seats. We also have 2 sets of lower anchors in the second row as well as the third row. As for a rear-facing car seat, I'm 5'2". Behind a workable front seat position for myself, there is room for a rear-facing car seat in the second as well as the third row behind that.
As for safety, the NHTSA has rated the Sienna 5 stars overall. The IIHS no longer rates it a top safety pick, but they have updated their tests. There's like a rear seat dummy kinematic component. And so anyways, it's not a top safety pick, but I think it's still plenty safe. We've got a full suite of active driver assist technology, plus there are 10 airbags standard. We also have a standard rear occupant alert system that's radar-based, so if you leave somebody in the vehicle, the Sienna can honk its horn and even notify you via Toyota's app. Rear window test. Not all the way down.
Not all the way down at all.
Armrest test. Driving in a comfortable 8 and 4. I've actually got my seat up a little bit higher than I normally would here because I want to be roughly the same height as my wife. Her seat does not descend. But I have relatively easy access to the inboard and outboard armrest. Where it becomes a challenge is that it's really hard underneath that thin layer of cushioning. Take a poke, sweetie. You'll notice.
Yeah.
For marginal squish factor inboard and outboard, I rate the Toyota Sienna 3 out of 5 fuzzy bunnies on the Micah Drives armrest test. Moving onward to In Motion. Gosh, I feel like we could make this segment really quick if I just said it drives like a minivan. I'm so tempted to do that, but I'm gonna go slightly more big undulations. This tends to kind of float a little bit rather than settle down, but it drives like a minivan. The steering is docile and unconcerning. It's all just fine. Where we do have some things to note is powertrain. All Siennas are hybrids. In general driving, it delivers power in easy, predictable fashion. Because we live in the mountains and there's long hills, especially coming up to our mountain, I have noticed kind of that engine racing hybrid thing as we ascend the mountain. It's doing its best to make the power that it needs to, and so sometimes you're going to hear that engine doing it's like But I will notice that as I leaned into the accelerator there, got the acceleration we wanted swiftly. This is the beauty of having a hybrid, is that you get immediate electric pull, and then the gasoline engine joins the party. Let's see if I can bring this Sienna to a buttery smooth stop using this hybrid brake pedal. Steady. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
So unsurprisingly, the Sienna on road drives like a minivan, but I bet what you want to know is, has that bad boy, that rugged Woodland Sienna drive off-road? Let's find out. What are you, crazy? We're not taking this thing off-road. Okay, yes, this is dirt, but this isn't really off-roading. The reasons why: we have an extra 0.6 inches of ground clearance, but it's still only 6.9 inches. And these tires are all season, so I would worry about their robustness if you were to hit a rock or something pokey. And then you don't really have any meaningful underbody protection, and the overhangs, oh my gosh. But if you want to go tiptoe toward a trail, you know what tiptoeing looks like, but that's what it looks like if you were to do it. You can do that in the Sienna Woodland.
I feel like I need to show your feet. There you go, that's some tiptoeing.
I'm a big boy Sienna. I'm living the Woodland life. I forgot to clap to Evie driving. Evie's at the wheel. Go ahead and put it in drive and take us that way and tell me, what's it like to maneuver a big old minivan like the Sienna in this small space?
I found it surprisingly maneuverable for how many people and how much cargo it can hold. I didn't have any trouble parking it. My one concern with slow speed maneuvering is in parking lots with a lot of children running around. Visibility isn't good in here, and there is no 360 cam on our trim. Over my right shoulder in particular, the second row passenger chairs blocks my view out that window.
What about the B pillar here? Can you see past that?
Just barely.
All right, ultimate test though. Can you get out ahead of traffic?
I like accelerating in this. It feels like plenty of power, but it doesn't feel unmanageable.
And how is it steering just, you know, around our little mountain town?
I didn't really think about it while I was driving. I just found it got me where I wanted to go, easy to turn.
All the time you weren't spending thinking about what it was like to drive the minivan, what were you using your brain for?
Oh gosh, I don't want to say.
Well, that sounds naughty, so we'll just move right on. I don't know how curious the audience is, but I am really interested in what you have. Before you quietly share all of your deepest, darkest thoughts to me off camera, tell me, on a scale of 1 to 5, how happy will you be when I'm back in the driver's seat of the Toyota Sienna?
About a 2. I really like driving this. It is a little bit lower than, say, an SUV, so I have a bit of concern about driving over huge pine cones.
Even in the Woodland trim, ground clearance is not that generous, and in a mountain community where we live, where we do sometimes get snow, it's like, I don't want to turn into the plow. So yeah, that would be a little bit of a challenge, especially with our massive pine cones. But otherwise, feeling good?
Otherwise, feeling good.
Excellent. I'm getting back in the driver's seat. Quickly, a word of thanks to you for supporting our channel. When you like, subscribe, or you leave a comment, that helps our videos thrive and it helps us keep doing what we're doing. So if you like what we're doing and you support us, thank you. Moving onward to remarks. Infotainment, the standard screen, and it's really only on the LE trim, is an 8-inch screen. All other Siennas get this 12.3-inch unit, has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto wireless smartphone connectivity standard. That's also included on the 8-inch screen.
Using this infotainment is so simple. We have shortcuts along the side. I found it very easy to navigate through the menu. The HVAC controls are similarly simple and easy to use.
Over in the gauge zone, a 7-inch display comes standard, but we've got this 12.3-inch display. Simple, vivid, giving me some information. Oh, apparently we're charging the battery right now. Boy, that's fun. Before we leave the screens too, we have to share a little bit of a mystery. You used to be able to use this screen to push a button to activate Driver Easy Speak, and that's the feature that would amplify the driver's voice to those in the rear seat, and you could say things like, "Child, I love you," and you'd be like, "Ugh," that kind of thing. But my voice would come through the speaker so people in the back could hear me. And then mysteriously, sometime in 2025, the feature went away. So I reached out to Toyota PR and they confirmed that yes, indeed, the feature is gone, but they would not say why, though I asked.
Yay!
I'm starting to feel like maybe you don't want to hear what I have to say, kiddo.
Yay!
We should also mention 2 cool features that are available in the Sienna, but only on the highest platinum trim. There is a vacuum cleaner that's available and a CoolBox that you can use to keep things cool, which you might have intuited. Returning to this video's original premise, the Toyota Sienna minivan is in many ways the best minivan. But why don't you want it? First, is this the best minivan? In many ways, yes it is. It's highly functional, it's very, very efficient, it's reliable, and it offers optional all-wheel drive, which for people who live in the mountains, that really comes in handy. So yeah, it's a great choice. So why don't you want it? If your identity is wrapped up in your vehicle, you might not want to own one because you're like, oh, minivans are boring. I don't want to be a boring person. But take personal identity out of it. Minivans are defined by function, and not exciting function, really pedestrian function, like school pickup line.
And practical function, like interior storage volume.
That's way less interesting than the functionality of going off-road in a rugged off-roader. What's funny is that you can take that minivan essence and dress it up in kind of a rugged veneer like our Woodland trim. Like, oh, look, it's gonna go have some fun. But to me, it feels like looking at a dentist that specializes in children's dentistry. Like you've got fun colors and characters and stuff. And it's like, yeah, I know you're trying to make it fun, but it's still a dentist. Getting slightly philosophical, people want novel, exciting things. They want toys. The thing with the minivan is it's not a toy. It's the box the toy comes in. And if the metaphor isn't clear, the real toy was the family and friends we had along the way.
Aww.
Aww. Wait, too late?
Never.
In short, if your life involves hauling people or cargo, a minivan like the Toyota Sienna has room for everything except for shame about owning a minivan. And now let's take a look under the hood in a test inspired by my buddy Brian. Here's how you open the hood on a Toyota Sienna. Here's where you can check the engine oil. Here's where you can add engine oil. And over on the side, that's where you can add the washer fluid. And if you're wondering what the Sienna's horn sounds like, all right, let's talk engine choices. The only engine offered is a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder hybrid. Gosh, that's efficient for a minivan, and you only lose 2 mpg in the city if you go with all-wheel drive, which comes via a rear electric motor. By the way, that all-wheel drive option costs about $1,000 to maybe $2,000, depending on the trim. For any trim, regular fuel is fine, and if you want to tow it, maxes out at 3,500 pounds. Looking at our trim recommendation, that's the trim that'll give you the essential features you'd regret not getting, but at the lowest possible price. In the case of the Sienna, the base LE trim includes 3-zone climate control, power side doors, that power liftgate, and an 8-way power driver's seat. It would be fine, except it doesn't include smart key access. So we're going to recommend the XLE. It's a hefty $4,700 extra over the base trim, but it adds 4-zone climate control, faux leather seating, heated front seats, a power front passenger seat, hands-free sliding doors on the side, and smart key access. As for the competition, there's names like the Kia Carnival, which I think looks cooler, the Chrysler Pacifica, which has its cool stow and go seats, and the Honda Odyssey, which drives better in my opinion, but it doesn't have all-wheel drive like the Sienna offers. Did we miss any remarks? If so, tell us in the comment section. And now it is our daughter's time to shine. Child, can you tell us what is your favorite feature in the 2026 Toyota Sienna?
No more easy speak!
Kiddo, are you telling me that you are not fascinated to hear everything I have to say?
Huh?
It's good timing. Family, I think we've done a good job reviewing the Toyota Sienna. May I have a 5 and a 5, and you come get your high five. Boop! By the way, I'm a human being, if it wasn't already clear, and I write all the music that's in our videos with the lone exception of our AI-generated Synopsis song, which you will hear now, all about the Toyota Sienna. To do your homework, we got that.
You do